Hello, Nick Aiton here on my morning walk with my dogs, and hopefully they're not going to kick off and disgrace themselves and interrupt us. But I wanted to carry on the theme about talking about investment and funding and how to get it. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a founder, given the situation we talked about in the last conversation, that we are, in a post-pandemic sort of situation, who is allocating capital? And I would say, in a sense, it's easier to get conversations going because the people you want to reach are often sitting at home. They're not on their morning commute into the office, and they are more available than before. But the problem, of course, is that there are so many deals, and during the lockdown, it seems that everyone's become an entrepreneur. Everyone's created a pitch deck, good, bad, and indifferent. Probably more bad than good at the moment. And that's good news that everyone wants to become an entrepreneur. But it does mean that the market is pretty solid, pretty chocker. And if you're looking to get the attention of a VC, for example, which isn't my preferred source at the moment, but if you're trying to get their attention, turnaround on reading pitch decks can be anything between 6 or 10, 12 weeks, which is, gives you an indication of how squeezed they are for time. But there are regions that are very much open for business. But it seems that whether it's attention deficit or whether it's just a sign of the times, but long gone are the long pitches now. The long gone are the 40-page PowerPoint decks, and when we work with clients, we get those investor pitches down to sort of 8 or 10 pages. But even now, we're finding that certainly in the Middle East and in certain other communities, the nature of the investor deck is not favoured. People are not reading them, and that brings us on to another sort of area: is, well, how do you get your proposition and your project across? And of course, if you have products, it's very much show me. If you have a proposition or a service and it's live, obviously it's demonstrating what you've got. If there's videos, as long as you don't do the cartoons, which are appalling, but you can engage investors in showing that you've actually got something that's real. The 2 pages, they sort of work with certain people, but it's an interesting sort of dynamic, isn't it, where how to reach and get the investors' attention has changed. And you have to change too. You have to get smart about it, and we have to get creative. And that means me too, because we are working with clients to try and get the conversations going. So hopefully it gives you an insight. We'll talk about my favourite investment area, the Middle East, in the next conversation. Thanks for watching. Bye.